Hey everybody, I just wanted to let y'all know that I got another topic, and this one is about going into high school. But before I start, I hope everyone had a lovely Friday the 13th. I know I did, almost getting into 4 wrecks, and thank God that He is watching over me, because between road rage and all the other things in between, yeah, pretty eventful day. Anyways, this video goes out to Alyssa Blue, and she is going into high school this year, and she asked if I could help her out a little bit, and I would be honored to. Well, I'm a junior. I'm 16 years old, 11th grade. And high school has been one of the greatest parts of my life ever. I mean, really and truly, freshman year was all right. My sophomore year was good, and I'm really looking forward to this year, considering I only have 2 more years. But the thing about high school is, it's not just friends and enemies anymore. You got all these people in between. You got semi-friends, people that you kind of like, and, well, that's most people anyways. And just, a lot of people try to pressure you into doing stuff, and, you just got to keep your head up, and you got to stay strong with going into high school and, following through with your life, going into college, having a career and everything else. Because when you go into high school, one thing can change your whole life. Like, drugs and alcohol is a huge pressure on teens these days, because, if you don't do this certain kind of drug, you're not cool. If you don't drink this certain kind of liquor, you're not cool. And, it's just, there's so much pressure on teens these days to try to fit in with everyone, and, other people are trying to tell everyone that you're only cool and you're only going to fit into this, this one clique, that if you smoke pot or you do all kinds of drugs, if you drink every night, if you go party. Well, it's safe to say that I've never done drugs. I have drank before, but I regret it. And even though I'm a junior and I'm kind of a bigger person than, freshman and sophomore. Freshman year was probably my hardest because, even though I went to school with these people through elementary and middle school, you still meet new people, because around here all the places are big unless you're in a small town. But still, people change over 2 months, which is summer, and it's just crazy how much they can change. And that's one of the major things about high school, is when you go in, you may know this person for your whole life, and 2 months out of the year you don't see them, and they're just completely changed. And I know that because I've seen people change that quickly. They just start hanging out with the wrong group, and they start doing drugs, or they start drinking and partying. And honestly, it takes lives, and it's not a laughing matter. And I really encourage you to stand your ground and just stay above it, stay above the influence, and don't fall into peer pressure. Like I said, that's probably one of the main things about high school, is peer pressure. Also, going into high school, you got to keep your head up, especially if you're going into a bigger school where your schools are consolidated and you have 2 middle schools, which is what I had to do. That's why I quit sports, and I was so scared, and I was so intimidated. Sorry, I was so intimidated by the other school that I didn't even want to participate in anything anymore. But you just, if you're yourself and you don't try to cover up who you really are, you'll find where you need to be. And just like me, I quit sports. In 8th grade, I was football, basketball, track, everything. I was an athlete, and when I got into high school, I was so scared about peer pressure and intimidation that I just gave it all up. But I'm extremely happy now, because I found an outlook on life with something else that's not, as bad. And so, Alyssa, I just want to say, you got to keep your head up and don't give up on life, because high school is just one thing after another. It always seems to have drama, to have everything. It's just a mishmash of everything. But if you're in a good school and you've got teachers that care about you, and if you get close to your teachers, if you talk to your teachers and you give them a good first impression, they'll really enjoy having you in their class. And I really enjoyed my freshman year, but also I didn't at the same time. Going into high school is just, like I said, it's a new experience. People change, peer pressures step up another notch. It's a constant battle. But the good things about high school are you have a lot more fun because everyone starts to grow up a little bit. Even if it's just a little bitty bit, they're still growing up. And people are starting to become more mature. And it just becomes more fun because, you see the real people. And most of the time, well, not most of the time, but sometimes the people that you see in high school are the people they grow up to be. One thing that my mother always told me, and this is going back on the bully note, you 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 should never make fun of anyone because you never know if that person may be your boss one day, or your CEO, or some person above you. And if they see your name and they recognize you, oh, that person bullied me, I'm not going to hire them because I know how they were in high school. So you never know what's going to happen, and your high school reputation follows you everywhere you go, no matter what. If you leave the state, it still follows you. You got to keep your head up and stay strong with who you are. And this is just, there's so many things I could go on about high school, and I'm not even finished with it yet. But like I said, high school is a great experience. It's something that you will never be able to take back. And I know people tell you this all the time, like adults and grandparents, parents, older siblings. Your high school career goes by so fast. It is unreal. I feel like yesterday, because I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember being a freshman. I remember being called a fish. And it just goes by so fast. And that is one thing that you have to watch out for. You have to live every moment like it's your last. You have to go to school every day confident that you're going to make it the next day. It's just, high school is, how would I say this? It's basically a once-in-a-lifetime experience every day. Again, I love high school. I love going to it. I love seeing my friends. I actually like doing homework. I know that's crazy as it sounds, but it's true. And I hope that everyone's high school experience is as good as mine was. I know that some people aren't as happy because, they've given into peer pressure before, and, they've tried to get out of a clique or something, and, just it gets worse and worse. But guys, what I want to tell y'all is, right before I close, is that you must always keep your head up. No matter what happens, you have to keep your head up. You have to stay strong. And Alyssa, I hope this was a lot of good information for you. I know I repeated myself a few times there, but so I hope that y'all liked it. Subscribe to me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll have all the links down at the bottom. And hope this was helpful. Thanks, guys.